Okay, so the top fabric is, we found it at Berkeley, the fabric place, and I used it because it actually has these little hexagons on it, and it ties in nicely with the floor. And we actually found it based on like pure luck, because when we went there, we didn't have anything in mind. Because if you have it set in your mind what you want to pick out, you're done. There's nothing exactly in your mind there. So you can't just say, I'm going to find this, because you'll never find it. It's like shopping for something that you made up in your head. It doesn't exist. So it was cool to just find that out of the blue, and I was like, that's perfect. And it adds a little more design to the space, because I was trying to keep it minimalistic and contemporary, and it adds a little bit more that wasn't there before. So then, this is for the bedroom, and it's kind of hard to see because of the light from the window. But I'll start with over on the right. On the bottom right is the floor I chose for the bedroom, and I made sure that it was going to be a really dark wood floor, because I wanted it to kind of just be invisible and just kind of, yeah, it doesn't help, kind of like not even exist, so that it's not a distraction to the beautiful wall of windows that's actually going to be inside the room. Because this space is in a big apartment, in a big skyscraper, we have these huge wall of windows on one side, and it lets in a lot of natural light, and I wanted it to be one of the key things in the space, so I made sure that the floor just kind of disappeared into nothing, but was still a really nice quality floor. And so then on top of that would be an area rug, not covering the entire room, which you can see in my model. The carpet would just sit around under the bed area, and it's really soft. Here, let me pass it around. And then, sorry. And then over here on the left, this is the closest representation to what I wanted to put on the back wall. What it would be is horizontal wood panels that are really light behind the bed, and it's an accent wall basically. And so what this does is it brings in a focal point, and it doesn't exist. I'm planning on putting an art piece on that wall to add and create it more of a focal point. And this way it also brings in more of nature, because it is this really pretty light wood. It's not dark stained yet. I mean, it is stained, but it's light, and so it keeps everything light and airy and relaxing. It's just an overall nice space. And then somehow, though, we had to bring in some spunk, I like that word, and for the bed. And so the bed is a white canvas color bed, and then on top of it we have 3 layers of pillows, and as my mentor said, it's like an ABC setup, and the A is the largest one in the back, and it's 3 pillows that go on the back of the bed. And I chose that because I wanted to bring in more color, but not have it everywhere, because I did want to still keep it minimalistic. So the bed is really the only source of like a lot of color. There's colors throughout, but this brings it still catches your eye to that one spot in the room. And then in front of that is the next pillow color, which is, there's going to be 2 pillows in front of that, and they're this like, it's hard to see in that picture, but it's green, but it has like different like colors of green within it, so that it makes it really pretty. And then the last pillow is the one that's going to be in the front, and it is it's just white, and it has this almost raspberry color design on it. And so overall it's really pretty, and it brings in more color to the space, rather than keeping it really looking like a sterile environment. And here are my floor plans. This is for the bathroom, and as you can see, you come in from the bedroom, and then the room feels really open because the shower is glass. You can see straight to the back, and then there's 2 windows in the corner of the room that bring in light and actually make the space look more open altogether. And then there would be a little toilet cubby room, and then next to that would be linen shelves that I also designed. I mean, they're simple little linen shelves. That way you can come right out of the shower, grab your towel from the shelf, and then move on with your day. So I try to make it as functional as possible. That way I could learn from some of the things we talked about when I did my model home visit. Here is my bedroom design, and you can see that I had my recessed shelving unit, my built-in that I talked about earlier, in the room, and then I have my whole wall of windows, and then you can see the bed, the accent walls behind it, and then my area rug, and then there'd be things like dressers, chairs, lamps, and side tables. And so this gives you a really good visual of all the things I was talking about before. Now you can see like where I put these certain materials in the room. And then here's them together. This is how they would line up. And then here are my shelving units that I designed myself. This one would be in the bedroom where I showed you it was recessed into the wall. And I made sure that the shelves were unevenly spaced because certain things, it adds a little bit of, I guess, artistic value, because you can fit certain things in certain spaces that make it prettier, and you can display things that are certain sizes, and it adds to the design of the space. And then there's drawers on the bottom for anything that you don't want everyone to see. You can conceal in the drawers. And then I have the shelves that were going to go in the bathroom in the linen area just across from the shower. So overall, my final product was so awesome to do, and I learned so much about what interior designers actually have to go through. And I didn't even do this in order, and I didn't even have to worry about a budget ceiling, which if I did, this would have made this project so much more difficult. And it wasn't that it was such a difficult project, but it was a lot of work, because there were so many different parts that had to be pulled together. And it's not just about having a good design, it's also about doing what you're doing for the client. And so I had to make sure everything I was doing, I had a reason for it. And it was overall a very cool experience, and it gave me a lot of perspective on how hard interior designers have to work and what they really have to do to be successful. And so it was just awesome. So overall, this year has been amazing. I going into it, I had no idea I was going to be doing all these things. I didn't even know I was going to be doing interior design going into it. It was just like one day I just said, I'm going to do interior design. And so this has just been the coolest experience. I've learned so much about being a professional. The hassle of putting on nice clothes and going to meet people was worth it, because you learn about how to interact with professionals, and I learned about how I'm supposed to carry myself and how I'm supposed to treat other people, just how to talk to them and how to get my points across. And it was kind of nerve-wracking sometimes, because there's these people I've never met before, and they know their job so well and I know nothing. And so it was just really cool, and I'm so grateful that I have had this experience, because it's given me so much knowledge about not only interior design, but some things about life. And a lot of things I've learned here I can carry into other parts in my life. So it has been really great. I just want to say thank you, first of all, to my mentor, Kathy Rollins. You're amazing, and I'm so grateful that you've taken your time out of your weeks to allow me to learn about your job. Thank you so much. And then to Coach Goff, because she's super awesome, and without her I wouldn't be in this class, because she let me be in the class. But and so she has just helped me through this year, and no matter if it's been for ISM or not, if I come to her with a problem, she helps me fix it. And she's just helped me feel better no matter what's going on. And also to my parents, because they're so supportive of everything I do, and they let me drive their car. And that was really important, because I had to get them to my mentor visit somehow. So I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. And to everyone who came here tonight, I really appreciate it. I also don't have very many friends that aren't in ISM, so this was rough getting people here. But thank you so much for coming, and have a good night.